Not only did we do it once, we did it twice in one sports year. Atlanta Braves, stand up. Bulldogs, stand up. We won 2 championships in one sports year. Man, that feels good. And the way we did it. The Braves dominating Game 6 against the Houston Astros. Georgia Bulldogs dominating Alabama Crimson Tide in a great game. Bennett stepped up. It looked bleak for a minute. The Braves, I never doubted. I knew. Once we beat the Dodgers, I said, look, the year before, we was there. We was knocking on the door the year before. We almost did it last year. Why can't we do it again? Beat the same team, NLCS, this year to go to the World Series. I knew it. We was knocking on the door. This time we kicked it in. And we did it. Once they got in, there was no doubt. I knew the Braves wasn't gonna squander their chance to win the first championship in 20 plus years. I knew it. I knew Freeman, the mayor, had to get one. Snitsky himself said he wasn't gonna let the Braves go without winning a championship this year. He heard all the talks about 28-3. We heard it. It seems like that was a trend in Atlanta sports. The Braves or Atlanta teams getting there and not taking full advantage. It seems like that was a trend. If you watch every Atlanta Falcon game, it's the same thing. Teams come back. We don't adjust. We don't realize we're up. We can't hold leads. The defense is suspect. What is Matt Ryan doing? Every year, something like this happens. You can make the case the Braves did it last year. And they heard the talks. They heard it. It was Brian Snicker. I'm sorry I said Snitsky earlier. I'm sorry I was excited. Forgive me. Apropos, the Bulldogs did it 3-4 years in a row against the same team, Alabama. Was up. Jake Fromm court. We was up. In all those games, what happened? Jake Fromm, defense, coaching, making adjustments, whatever you want to call it, we let teams come back. It seems like Atlanta sports thought they were too good to play in these games, and they didn't take the time to study or prepare or adjust in games, and therefore teams came back. We're not a sports city. We're getting close to it now. We've never been known as a sports city. We didn't have the fans to support a sports city team. So, what do we do now? 2 championships in 1 year, man. That's monumental. And can the Falcons get there again? Yeah, in about 4 or 5 years in a rebuilding stage. Why? Matt Ryan, it takes 2 years to adjust to a new coaching or offensive coordinator. He's getting older, so can you really rely on him to carry a team? We don't have a running game. Calvin Ridley is in a win. He had to take leave for mental issues early in the season, and they're talking about trading him. We're in a rebuilding time right now as far as for the Atlanta Falcons. We still don't have an offensive line. We don't have a defense, a D line. What are we doing? And we still make the same mistakes for 14 to 15 years. We making the same mistakes. Drafting mistakes. We love Keanu Neal. Exciting player, big hitter, but it was a waste of a draft pick. I'm sorry. Keanu Neal was a waste of a draft pick. Deion Jones is too small to play inside middle linebacker. When Keanu Neal went to Dallas, they made him a linebacker. He's bigger than Deion Jones. Deion Jones is a safety built at best. He need to be a free safety. How long has Matt Ryan went without a decent offensive line? He's been playing 14, 15 years now. I digress. The Hawks are closer in winning a championship than the Falcons. We are. Look at the talent. The coaching. Not the best coaching, But we have more adequate pieces to make a run than the Falcons right now. The Falcons are rebuilding. I feel like the Hawks have that young Golden State-esque, kind of similar team. We're only missing a few pieces. One or two. The Cam Reddish trade, I think we should have kept him. Young, wiry, long, good size, good NBA size, great defender, great shooter. Beat you off the dribble, fast, tough. For what? Literally, for what did we get for Cam Reddish? You could have traded Reddish and Collins for Ben. And Ben could have been our peep game. Ben could have been our Draymond Green. That size, that length, that defense. Not a great shooter, facilitator. And we could have let Trae Young be Steph. We could have let Trae Young. Ben Simmons can guard 1 through 5. You can let Trae be Steph. Let Trae run around the court and do his thing and take the pressure off of him. That's how you could have did that. I feel like the Hawks are more exciting right now than the Falcons are deplorable and depressing. It's depressing watching their games. Like, we're looking like the Jets of forever since in the 2000s. The Jaguars. 2 championships, 1 year. That's big for the city. The city needed it. Does it take away from the 28-3? Not really to me. It still kind of stings because it could have been 3 in the past 4 or 5 years. It could have been 3 championships. But that Super Bowl, I still haven't watched it. No highlights. It did something to me watching that. Like, I can't even watch the Super Bowl highlights of it. I would never, unless the Falcons win 5 straight, then maybe. But we all know that's not going to happen. So, yeah. Why did Atlanta win 2 championships this year? I hate to be negative, but me, you know what I preach on this channel. I'm not going to deviate from it. Essentially, why did we win 2 championships? Atlanta is now mostly a white city. We are no longer a black city. If you look at cities around America that have pro football teams that are predominantly black, they rarely win championships. The whitest city in America on earth has won more championships in every sports category, in every sports genre than any other team ever. Boston, Massachusetts. Baseball, basketball, hockey, football. Shall I go on? Now, it's no coincidence to me. I'm the person, if you give me something, I'm always going to ask why. I made a point about this I'm working on it. I am. I'm working on myself. Y'all help me. Y'all, we family. You know what I'm saying? Help your brother. Help your nephew. We all getting there one day. But me, I still have a skeptical spirit. Being a black man in America, or being a man, period. Being uncompromising. You know what I mean? So, why? Is that why? That we're not 80-something% white? Gentrification has taken over? And if you look around, you look to your left, you're right, up, down, and around, you see nothing but white. And that's why I think we're winning championships now. Why? Championship cities get money for winning championships. Also, championship cities are big tourist traps. This is a black city. We want people coming down spending money. We want people coming down here that looks like them and spending money. They feel peaceful. That's where life is about money. It's no longer black. It's white. And don't crucify me. Don't kill the messenger, but look around. This is the truth. The truth sounds like hate to somebody who hates the truth. It's the truth. That's why we're now winning championships. Because we are predominantly a white city now. If we were Bernie Mac black like 5-6 years ago when we lost in that Super Bowl, ain't no championships. The Braves had to move out the city literally to win a championship. The Bulldogs are in Athens. Let's just be honest. Metro Atlanta, the Falcons or the Hawks would stay where they are, mediocre at best. Until, well, I just said it. yeah, the championships are nice. They're great. I had COVID watching. I think, excuse me, but I think the universe, I think God said, I'm gonna let the Braves win this championship because this nigga got COVID like really bad. That's the only thing I could focus on. If the Braves would have lost that World Series, I don't know where I'd be right now. Literally, that was the only thing I had back then was the Braves, and family. Don't get me wrong, and family, respectfully. But that's why I think we're winning now, because I think when we get 100% white, when you don't see Dark Knight podcast in Atlanta no more because they pushed him out, then I think you would see Matt Ryan have 5 Super Bowls if he's still playing in the NFL. I think the Atlanta Hawks probably won't be the Atlanta Hawks. They'll probably be the Cobb County Hawks or the Gwinnett County Hawks before they win a championship. Or the Buckhead Hawks, because Buckhead is kind of taking over everything right now. Apropos, Andre Dickens is unveiling the new Buckhead Atlanta Police Precinct. That's a good segue into the next video. Andre Dickens, what are you doing? What are you doing, man? Has so much potential, so much hope. I digress. Think, guys, this is a big distraction, okay? I'm from that city. I'm Atlanta. I probably know your mama, your grandmama, your cousin, and your side piece, and your sneaky link. But with great power comes great responsibility. And 2 championships, that's powerful. Now, what's going to be asked? What's going to happen now? Think about it. And while you're thinking about it, be good and be safe. Dark Knight Radio, I'm out.